Hey guys, Robert here, General Manager at Porsche Center Kelowna. Another episode of Inside the Dream. Today I'm super excited to introduce and to have a chat with my good friend Lee from Rocky Mountain Tattoo. Lee, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too, brother.
Fun to do it. It's been overdue. We've been thinking about this for a long time.
We sure have. I'm glad we're doing it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I've got a little surprise for the end, so we definitely want to look forward to that.
Right on.
I start every podcast out with, what's your first memory of Porsche?
Well, that's a good one. Well, growing up in Ireland, there wasn't very many of them. So I remember my first one would probably be the end of Bad Boys. First one, the 911 Turbo, where he punches it right at the end and he tries to get through the gap. And that's how you drive. That's the first memory I think I have of it.
If it's not a poster, it's usually a Bad Boys reference.
Is that right?
I get that one a lot.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
You bet.
Yeah, sorry to be the cliche.
No, it's fantastic. Super excited to do this with you. I met you probably 2.5 years ago or so through our mutual friend and the owner of our group, Michael Wyant. He talked incredibly highly of you for a very long time. Fortunate enough to meet you, and then I got a lot of work done through your shop.
That's right.
So it's fun to finally sit down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm stoked.
So we're sitting right now at your West Kelowna location of Rocky Mountain Tattoo. I know that you've got a few locations. It's been kind of an interesting journey and expansion. Mm-hmm. Maybe tell me a little bit about what you have going on here in Kelowna, but also across Canada, because I know you're working on some things. Yeah,
so we first started off actually in Lethbridge, Alberta. That's where my wife's from. We started our first shop there, and then we came out here for about a weekend away, and we decided we fell in love with the place. And I think we had Lethbridge going for about 3 months at the time, and I was like, we got to move out here. It was so beautiful, and it was so much different than Alberta, and I didn't have any kind of real ties to Alberta, so I wasn't married to it in any way, shape, or form. So when I came out here in the lakes and the mountains, I was like, okay, this is where we have to be. And my wife was like, well, we've just signed the contract for the Alberta shop. What are you doing to me here? And I'm like, I'm sorry, we have to come out here. And I just made my mind up. So we started our first store in downtown Kelowna on Bernard. Super busy. And I think we'd opened the doors, and then 2 weeks later, COVID hit. So it was like grand opening, grand closing. It was stressful. I'd spent all my savings on fitting the shop out. So that was a really stressful time. But thankfully that passed, and business went well. And we expanded. Now I live on the west side here, so the bridge was killing me, especially in the summer.
Get a little closer to home.
So I was, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, I think Kelowna is big enough and it has enough of a demand to do a west side shop too. So I was looking, and this place came up, and I decided, perfect, let's go for it.
So with this shop here, and I've had a chance to have a little tour, it's a little bit bigger, a little bit more dynamic than your previous shop.
Yeah.
What do you guys have going on here that kind of, I guess, differentiates it from your shop down on Bernard?
Well, we do laser removal here and skin resurfacing. So we have a Hollywood Spectra and a team of 2 nurses that run that. And we're just about to open our new barber shop downstairs here too. So that's going to be a kind of a cool synergistic add-on to it.
It's going to be very cool.
Yeah, all under one roof kind of idea. So yeah, we're stoked.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And so on average, how many seats do you have, and how many artists do you have working out of here?
Currently 7, but there's room for 10.
Wow.
Yeah, and then 6 barbers, 2 nurses, and reception staff of 3.
I know you're an ambitious entrepreneur, to say the least. You've also recently done some work down on the Lower Mainland in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that shop.
So yeah, we've opened a new one in Vancouver, right on Granville Street. Massive store. We have the laser component there too, and 14 chairs. So 14 artists, really, really big, really plush. It's a really nice build out, and yeah, we're super stoked.
And it's all under the same Rocky Mountain Tattoo umbrella.
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of tattoos in my life. I've been getting tattooed from a pretty young age, before you're supposed to actually legally get tattooed, but leave that to another discussion. The artists that I've seen at your locations for my time around are, to me, like the top echelons of tattoo artists. How do you attract the artists, and how do you just hold such a high standard for the work that you guys do?
A lot of them I've been communicating with or met on different conventions over the years. Again, being from Europe, it's kind of like one of those things that we do is kind of reach out to different artists along the way and get them to visit, get them to come and guest. And then when they guest, a lot of them think the same as I did when I got to Kelowna. It's like, I would like to live here.
Okay.
So we invite them over and they make the move. And yeah, we've been lucky enough to be able to attract some of the top talent in the world.
Yeah, it's incredible. So I got a lot of work done by Roman, one of your artists, I believe, down at the location down on Bernard.
He's here now.
Oh, he's here now.
Yeah.
He is like next level meticulous.
Yeah,
the level of work that he does is unfathomable. And unlike a lot of the artists that I've met, tattoo artists that I've met, he's willing to basically take on any project and he turns it into absolute gold.
Yeah.
Where a lot of other artists may shy away from picking up somebody else's work or that sort of thing.
Yeah, he is truly gifted. And he's had such world experience too. He's tattooed in China, all over the world. And I kind of remember asking him, I'm like, what kind of stuff did it get done in China, Rome? And he's like, same shit, roses, watches.
It's just like Roman.
Yeah, it's exactly it. So, but he has 30 years, I think, under his belt, and he can do literally anything. And I've got something similar myself, but I'm not nearly as talented as him. He's like a different level. We're all just mere humans when we compare ourselves to Roman.
He's unreal. So it's funny that you mentioned that. So tell me a little bit about your journey, kind of growing up in Ireland and getting into the tattoo world and now ending up here in British Columbia, Canada.
Well, I guess the whole thing started out when I was about 11. I was always big into art, big into drawing, but I had a fascination with tattoos. I remember my grandfather having some old UN tattoos from being in the military, and I was kind of fascinated, you know, the ink in the skin. I'm like, what is this about? So when I was 11, I started to tattoo myself from some Indian ink that I'd stolen from school and like a sewing needle that I'd installed from my mother's sewing kit, and I'd sterilize with a lighter and it'd stick and poke in my legs at 11. So you can imagine my mother not being too impressed whatsoever. Then I started with the neighbors' kids, and you know, people would show up at the door and be like, what is this? He tattooed my son's hand. Will it wash off? I was like, no, it won't wash off. It's a tattoo. Tattooed my little brothers a lot. So I've got I hit them all pretty hard with the tattoos. And then I did an apprenticeship pretty early. I joined the military. So when I was 17, I just finished high school, went into the military, and then I became the military tattoo artist. So I had my own little setup in the army. And I stayed there for 7 years, tattooing all the troops. Then I left and did a bit of traveling. Went to the States, came back. And then I set up Dublin Ink in Dublin, which was, I was told not to because I set it up in Temple Bar, which is probably the epicenter for tattooing in Dublin. My father's like, don't do it, you're gonna lose all your money. I was like, well, we'll see. And maybe you can't do it, but I'll do it. So we set it up, it was a huge success. We had a bit of TV exposure and went really well. We expanded that, we did 2. And I decided that I was gonna travel, sold everything, came to Canada, and decided this was gonna be my spot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah.
Reminds me of me in some ways. When somebody tells us no, it's more of a motivation than it is a deterrent. It's like, oh yeah, you want to see me do it?
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
Stubborn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the artists that I'm just fascinated with that you have and that you've, I'm not sure what mentored or kind of brought up underneath you, is Nolan. Yeah. He's one of the young artists. He's one of the nicest guys you're ever going to meet. Mm-hmm. He showed me a picture of his first drawing, and this is kind of when he met you. Right. And it looks like a 3-year-old drew this drawing. And 3 years, 4 years, 5 years later, I don't know what it is. You can maybe like elaborate on that. He is like a high level tattoo artist, and top notch. His trajectory must make you proud, but it also must excite you. Yeah. We were talking about it. So I'm really good friends with his father and his mother. Shauna is our GM now. So like she moved out here with him and just got involved, and she's incredible. But how he started, he was out and he was just asking me questions about tattoos. I think he was probably 17 at the time, still in high school.
And he was like, well, how do you even get into this? I'm like, look, there's no magic in my hands that you can't possess. You can like anybody can do this thing. You just have to be willing to put the time and the effort in. And I gave him a bunch of drawing to do. And he went from strength to strength to strength because he will physically just sit in a room and put hours and hours and hours and hours into this thing. And that's all you need. So yeah, as soon as he started, he went like, it wasn't linear, it was exponential, the development. He's super focused and super disciplined. And who knows how far he'll go. He's amazing.
He's unreal.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get some work done by him at some
brilliant.
point in time.
Yeah.
So at this stage of your career, how long have you been doing it? How long?
30 years.
So 30 years. So at this point, like, what is it that gets you excited? I know that from a business perspective, you're just driven next, super ambitious about the growth. But from a tattoo perspective, what gets you excited at this point?
Like, honestly, it's every day is different. We get to meet new people, make new connections all the time. Tattoo, like I really love, I'm one of those really lucky people. I really love what I do. And, you know, if there was no money in it, I'd probably still do it anyway. Like, I'm that lucky. The main thing that I like now is to bring the new people on, the young kids, and watch them develop and build a community. Like, we really are a family here. We do Christmas together, we go on vacation together, everybody goes to the birthdays of each other. Like, the whole thing is just like and between all the shops too, we mesh very, very well. It's exciting.
I've been out a few times with you guys.
Yeah.
I remember the start of it, maybe not so much the end of it a couple of times.
Patrick's Day?
We've had a fun St. Patrick's Day a couple of years ago, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We sure did.
Uh-huh.
So cool. I'm really excited to kind of sit down and go through this with you.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings me to the collaboration or the idea that I've kind of been working on with you. And that's around working together in collaboration to support the Autism Okanagan here in Kelowna. It's something that I've done now. I'm going to my second year of really trying to support them.
Awesome.
And I've got a pair of shoes that you and I have talked about, 2 pairs of shoes that I'm wanting you and your team to tattoo and to donate, essentially to be raffled off for charity. So I'm super excited about it. You were super pumped about it when I first approached you about it.
Totally.
What was it that got you excited about doing it?
Love the charity. I love the artwork, and then to have like the chance to do something so cool on such a cool pair of shoes. It's just, you don't see it very often. Yeah. So anything different is cool.
Yeah, they're a limited edition, a turbo, very limited car that came to Canada. Very few shoes came to Canada for customers to purchase.
Right.
So it's just going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so stoked for this.
And do you know who's going to be working on them?
Myself and Alex. So I'm going to do a pair and Alex is going to do a pair. Alex came over to us last year, but he's been guesting with us for the last maybe 8 years. And he himself owns a shop in London, England. He still owns it, but he lives and works with us now. Super, super awesome artist, very capable and super artistic. Like Alex likes to draw and paint and cook and anything artistic, he's amazing. So he's going to really get into this. So
when people guest, like, is that just a way of just traveling around and kind of continuing to work and just experiencing different places?
Yeah. I think tattoo artists by their very nature are very nomadic.
Yeah.
And they like to kind of live that lifestyle, and they go and stay in a place. Maybe sometimes they couch surf, but they're always traveling. Everybody likes to do conventions. It's a part of the ethos. It's a part of the whole kind of thing of being a tattoo artist, is going and traveling around and checking not only new studios but different countries as well. Like, we can do this once you have this skill set. You can really do it anywhere.
Of course, yeah. It's a pretty interesting part of the tattoo industry or the tattoo culture.
Totally. That
I've really kind of come to know. Honestly, mostly talking to you lots, just understanding how the guests kind of move back and forth. With tattoos, so I've been tattooed pretty heavily since I was probably 16 years old. I started getting tattooed.
Right on.
It's an interesting time with the shift on how much more socially acceptable they are. I was for a very long time, especially in my position, in my profession, very self-conscious about showing my sleeves. I've always kept them to a certain point so I could suit up and nobody would know.
For sure.
Now it's more socially accepted, and I'm at a place where I'm much more comfortable. If somebody doesn't like them, that's okay with me. Have you seen the industry shift and just kind of, is it getting more busy? Like, is there anything that you've seen kind of with that cultural or seemingly cultural shift of acceptance around tattoos?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when I started initially, it was really frowned upon, especially to become a tattoo artist, whatever, about getting one. And you'd never see anybody with like face tattoos. Sleeves were a big taboo. The baby boomers hate sleeves. The baby boomers hate tattoos. I don't know what it is. Like my parents still hate them. You know,
Yeah, so does
my father doesn't even like coming into a tattoo shop, as if we're going to hold him down and tattoo him against his will. So it's just and I think that's starting to phase out. I think the more educated people become, the more shows that they see, and the more people, like, there's a lot of high end lawyers and surgeons, and everybody has sleeves now. It's like it's very mainstream, and that's kind of facilitated a lot of people getting into the industry now too. So like a lot of artists have come into the industry now, and like really, really talented young people are coming into the industry, and they're like maybe tattooing for a year or two, and the ability is unbelievable. So it's growing exponentially.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, I mean, our mutual friend Michael.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I was always the guy getting tattooed. Ran out of space, so I stopped kind of getting tattooed. And Michael has just come onto the scene here late. How long has he been working with you?
Maybe 2 years now, or something.
2 years, 2 years and half a body later.
Yeah.
He is into it. He just loves it, everything about it. I love that it's become more socially acceptable. I just love it's an expression of just kind of who we all are individually. My tattoos all mean something. This one is a nautical theme. This is the islands that I grew up sailing. Very special to me. And then I'm just obsessed with Japanese art and flowers and all that sort of stuff. So all of my tattoos have a deep meaning to me. But when people see it, they just make a quick, or previously and somewhat a little bit now still, make a snap judgment on the appearance and not necessarily the why behind it.
For sure. Yeah, a lot of people still do that. It's like judging a book by its cover. Thankfully, that's kind of phasing out a little bit more now, you know, I think. And just to touch on Michael, he's hardcore. He doesn't come and just get tattooed by one person. He gets tattooed by 2 and 3 people. It's like time is money. And it's awesome. It's hilarious.
Well, so one thing I want to do now, because he got 2 or 3 people tattooing, I'm like, well, I should probably get a couple of artists working on me. Then.
You guys are trying to outdo.
I don't want to be left behind. I kind of started it. Now he's finishing it.
Yeah, so no kidding.
I've got to get back in there.
Yeah, for sure. We're ready.
So what's next for Lee and Rocky Mountain Tattoo?
That's a good question.
I know you're up to something.
Yeah.
You always are.
I'd like to do something somewhere really warm, maybe something in the States. I'm thinking about maybe Texas or Florida, or maybe the Caribbean. Really just depends on what we find and where we find it. Yeah, but it's not finished yet.
No.
I'm not even close to being finished yet.
I didn't think you would be. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I've been looking forward to finding a reason for us to connect and do this. I couldn't be more excited about this initiative that we're doing to support the Autism Okanagan, doing these limited edition Porsche shoes. I can't wait to see what you put out. I can't wait to see what Alex puts out. It's just a really fun collaboration and a way to bring Porsche and the artwork that you guys do at such a high level together for an amazing charity, which is the Autism Okanagan. So really excited about it. Very appreciative of you doing this and you taking the time to do the artwork on these shoes.
Oh man, I'm so stoked. And thank you for the opportunity, for the collaboration and the opportunity to be able to give back as well. That's awesome. We're gonna try our best to really knock it out of the park.
I appreciate it, my man.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Inside the Dream, you guys. If you liked this episode, please like or share. We always appreciate all of your support. And until next time, have a great one.